Malaysia ramami Langkawi Island hi avan nal tak em ihan Belchiang don tiang Sky Bridge bon tak mai te healthcare facilities te Eagle Square Garden le in tui tak mai te hian he island hi avatin nuam tak em Mizokar Bazaar YouTube channel clear tu te in Zavain chibai levek kule hei tuntum video a chuan Langkawi Island chungchang soifiana nen in tan karon let leta e Malaysia rama hian healthcare facilities te alo changtung em maya an population at lemin khosakna na itom hle mai chubi chungchang chukaron ti chuak don ani kan video te top thlengin milo thlir sak le theu don nia chubi hma in he jimni kan chaina tak mai hi hian en ho le phot don ang miang tu cái lâu nia nó chuan breakfast ấy turin hay anh ta đang hỏi là cái lụt to nè hay nắm chỉ sáng sáng in ấy tu cái ấy lệ đòn đi đây hay chẳng lắm bằng lâu mà ta bảo son live kitchen nó đầu tiên ấy tu mù thế là xem mà là này thì sáng sáng tắm lệ bạc view mấy cái xoay phê lệ thêm lâu hay chưa sauce thế hi thật thế thủ thế thum thế khối du lắm type thế không biết uống phết mẹ cho là menu noodles nè spicy noodles sâu đủ tăng xuống uy là thôi phải là hay chứ làm mà hiện arsa gravy cần lâu ông về liền chỉ sáng sáng ấy ấy tụi tao mà đi người ta hiện in beram sa ati hay cube type bên ice cube design yang chỉ được kan sana arsa kan gravy yang siapa ni arsa fry đó về liền bốc tên sauce thạc thur sáng sáng ở túi badam thì tiêu mà tên plain rice đó về liền bốc morning you sleep well tầm anh vọc xa để lu lắm tụi tôi là lâu ôm á xì tắm không mấy lúc phải tóc thấy mấy này thì hiện anh live kitchen nó chỉ là anh ấy một xiêm tiết về lại thấy bốc á chẳng lắm hết chưa làm vóc lâu mấy tiếng mà hiện sausage lắm bằng sáng sáng là ông về lại bốc á ở túi chum túi tép po mà xuân hay beans làm bằng té tomato làm té steam veg làm bằng té potato beef bacon cái bông sa tiền lăng cắt tan đến slice tuy hộp mấy mà sao đó tuy về lâu cần tiêu bốn một thấy bốc á hey lâu chuông khốn lôi mấy tao tên anh xin liền đi làm bây giờ chẳng lắm bằng bốc anh ấy tiền hiện này tí nghe ăn xiêm thấy lấy cái tiền mặc cái gì island à tiền island à hiện hotel trang cảng tụi con dining hall đúng không tên trang cảng gì hết trong coffee chỉ sang in tour rồi ôm lấy bốc à cái tập cái chiếc xin tiếng thì island à hiện này tí nghe tí hiện island thì có ba ăn lâu develop thì là trang cảng ăn đầu xiêm thì hiếm mặc hotel trang cảng tụi mày xu ngàn đâm về lấy bốc gì ạ siêu khóc mày anh chạy ra để gắn thèm nó biết chưa thì chúng ta mang coffee cái này xiêm về thì lâu cái lá ngớ bật sẵn lại ngớ thì khàn xuống selection là ôm mong ta hiện latte nghe cái tủ đốn espresso nghe americano nghe đủ khá selector mà ta screen phải cái này latte kan select cái latte kan lên xiêm mấy này thì khàn bao một té ron chok mà sắp ra chúng nó coffee nó ron pol về liền sang càng khóc mà coffee maker thế so túiกันkhiếp thấy bốc xì island ta kan một thấy bốc xì à coffee in dan te nuông thế rồi nhỉ thì cái đủ lệ xin đi cái pol lệ mấy à số này mày quay chầu đấy ngá thì cái coffee đủ tắc cho cái lâu này ta screen vớikin sang càng về khóc này table này này sugar khá white sugar nghe cái đủ đó brown sugar cái đủ cái tẹt lệ mấy đòn đi brown sugar đấy cần mong nghe cái coffee cho cái xem sầu ta in xin nắng nó bắt túi chiang khé về lệ cà phê chứ view cái đại dòng sông này hiện swimming pool tập vào một thấy á tập lên thì nó sẽ lâu tắc tập vào nội về mấy bộ cái này và nó lằng phúc á island dòng nền cà phê túi tắc anh ấy với chú skywalk cả thế sky bridge thế tin cable car thế cần câu đó là cần chết nó sang thế video cái tiền chân zoom lại đó nè anh hotel chung so Malaysian style chung te son tia te en mi chuanin a chung so chang kang vak thuang pon lang lowa tuna kan dining hall te pon tho a chung an lu che chuan chang kang le em mi thin sia yes bye bye nuam ve tak chu ni Ti chuan breakfast po alo izo le ta a. Ta hi special do te pon breakfast ai the ni ngai vela te hian. Hotel chung hi nuam ve khop ani. An hotel le thiang hlim em mai sia. An chuat te hi style du an sia mani. Yang a fire and cold thap rang chu har ve ngotang. Đây kan lobby khan ya. Kan hotel room. Le te to na. Nu ma si in chuat te dup el mai te hian. Room han tam zi he. Kan hotel kan lo chuat san le don ta. An chuat te in sin te. Lung pha ang te umai ni eng tinge. He te nga fai he en kol thei si le o an chuat. An te kan hotel chuat ti fai enom lo dan tur zi chu. Le larin fai tare angkol thei thawaison tlama son ba si mi long hak le a cable car angkal ta don ni sky bridge anen ka chen pa po thala sak le ngai ti chuan sky bridge lam pang pan chung angkal chan le to don a
Okay, right.
kan chok che
Good morning from me now. Good morning, everyone.
morning
Okay. All good? Good. Okay. Yeah, everyone seems to be slightly hyperactive today. It's good. It's very good. But today you'll be tired, don't worry. I'll make sure it's my job to make you tired. Okay, so we'll be going for the sky cab right now. So sky cab is basically the staple of Langkawi, you could say that. So before I jump right into it, let me go down from the start because yesterday everyone was too tired. But right now seems a good time for everyone to know what is Langkawi really all about. So just as an introduction, Langkawi actually got its name from two different words. So there's two words in the word Langkawi, Lang and Kawi. So Lang is in our national language short for Helang, which means eagle.
eagle yes
Yeah. And Kawi means reddish brown. So because of that, you put the two names together, Langkawi. It's very simple. So you would have seen the eagle statue on the other side. Yeah, and many of you who've been to Kerala to go and see Jatayu would have known that that is the largest eagle monument in the world in India, Kerala. This is the same name but a smaller version here that we have here. So Jatayu. So essentially there are legends about it and some of them have related Langkawi as part of that history. So that's the reason why Langkawi is very much recognized by it. But when it comes to facts, not legends, when it comes to facts, the reason why Langkawi got its name is because it looks like the species of bird called the Brahmini kite, or a species of eagle. It's a Brahmini kite. So essentially a Brahmini kite is a reddish brown eagle. The head all the way until to the middle of its belly, it's white in color, and beyond that it is reddish brown, not just brown, reddish brown. So that's the reason why, because these eagles can actually be found from the south of India all the way down to the north of Australia, and then between the Indian Ocean and towards the bordering the Pacific Ocean. So in this area, so usually in Southeast Asia, you can find these birds, even in the middle of the city. But the reason why Langkawi was named after it is because majority of the birds, they live together over here. Quite a lot can be found in one area at the same time. That's the reason why Langkawi was named after it. Very simple, not too complicated, right? Okay. Anyways, so Langkawi is actually an island or an archipelago, more specifically an archipelago. Now what you may have heard internationally is 99 islands. It is an archipelago of 99 islands. That is correct for 6 hours of the day. Yeah. So every 6 hours the tide changes in Langkawi. So for 6 hours it is 99 islands during the high tide. In the low tide it is 104. Every day. For every 6 hours, 99 and 104. This is how Langkawi is having almost every day. That's why 99 islands and 104 every day. The reason why this happens is because Langkawi is not really a byproduct of volcanic reaction. most parts of mainland of Malaysia is actually a byproduct of volcanic reaction, meaning from lava came land. We are part of the Gondwana supercontinent. So Australia, Africa was all part of the same continent. So we broke off from it and we went to the top, just a small amount. So that's why you can see many of our hills and mountains, they are in a very weird shape. If you want to relate it, like how a child is drawing an island or a hill. That's how our hills look like. That's the shape of it. The reason is because it was underwater. So Gondwana supercontinent, it went through Ice Age period. So all the way back millions of years. So that's why when it came up, all of these shapes are very different. So because of that, there are also underwater hills. That's why our tide changes like this. And we do have islands that pop in and pop up. I hope you can get a picture. Yeah. It's kind of confusing, but it all relates because of that one particular history. It used to be from the Gondwana supercontinent. So to relate to that, Langkawi is known as a geopark. We got our status from UNESCO between 2006 and 2007. So in that geopark status, we have 3 different geoforest parks. Today we are going to go for one, the first one, called as the Cambrian Geoforest Park. Now why is it known as a Cambrian Geoforest Park? Is because the rock formations inside there used to be from the Cambrian period. Cambrian period, about 550 million years old. So the oldest rock formation in the whole of Southeast Asia. So the evidence of that is what we are going to see at the top of the cable car. So essentially at the top of the cable car, we can see the ripple effects, how the mountains have formed, and all those rocks, because some of them have been limestone because they were underwater. So some of them are limestone on the top. So how the water eroded, acid rain and so on and so forth, you could see that. So all of this, it's not normal, but it makes the beauty of the view over there. And it's also a good spot. It's the second highest point in Langkawi. So it's a good spot for a 360-degree view. And yes, you can view Thailand from here. We are very much nearer to Thailand than we are to mainland of Malaysia. So if you're going towards the northern area, sometimes you can also get Thai signal from here. Yeah, your phone would be saying welcome to Thailand. Yeah. In fact, if you were to take a ferry ride from here to Thailand, it's just 1 hour. Going to the mainland of Malaysia is 1 hour and 45 minutes. Yeah.
Let's go.
So you're very much near that. That's why everything was, the vibes were all like that yesterday. So any questions so far about that? Yeah. No, nothing. Okay. So the reason why we've been going through the island so fast is because even though we are an island, the main island Langkawi over here, part of the technically 99 islands, part of it, we are here in the largest part of the archipelago, which is the main island called Langkawi. So this is where we are at right now. So Langkawi, just the main island, is approximately 330 square kilometers. So it's a very big island. It's much bigger than Kuala Lumpur city. It is much bigger than Georgetown and basically many other cities around Malaysia for a city point of view. Okay. Now let's come back to some relatable things. For those of you who have been to Singapore, just as a perspective, Singapore is almost 900 square kilometers. The population of Singapore is about 7 to 8 million people. Langkawi, particularly this island, is 330 square kilometers, so 3 times smaller. But the population is only 1 lakh. Yeah. Approximately 1 lakh. So that means no traffic jams, everything is easy to go across. You don't even have to think about traffic jams at all. Just take the car and go wherever you want. But there is also a disadvantage. The disadvantage is you don't have public transport. Yeah, zero public transport. You only have to rent a car, rent a motorcycle, or get into a tour bus like this, hire a tour vehicle, or you could get taxis and a version of Uber that we have here called Grab. It's not specifically for Langkawi, but you can find it in Singapore, Malaysia and Thailand as well. Grab, yeah, you can use that. So those things are available. One more thing is, even though we have a lot of clinics around, private and government clinics, we only have one hospital only. Yeah, but the good thing about it is that our quality of healthcare over here is really good. Just as a perspective, if you're having a flu and you go to the doctor, you get your medicine. Do you know how much does an average Malaysian pay for that? 1 ringgit. Yeah.
The healthcare is
Not 8 rupees, 20 rupees. Yeah, just 20 rupees. Check from the doctor, get some medicine for yourself. That's it. Easy, right? Another one more thing. Let me give you a better ideal solution of why people go to the hospital in the first place. Long time back, one of my uncle actually went through a major accident. He's above 60 years old. So he had a few fractures, injuries, a lot of injuries basically, even around his backbone and so on. So he had specialist doctors do operations, physiotherapies, treatments, almost 1 to 2 weeks in the hospital, 5 to 6 meals a day. He only paid 770 ringgit. That's it. Yeah.
Then healthcare system.
This healthcare system in Malaysia, everything is subsidized for Malaysians. Yeah. But when it comes to Langkawi, the good thing about having just one hospital is that we have helicopter service, and if any VIPs go through major injuries, even in the past, one of the, if I'm not mistaken, the King of Norway was also admitted over here for some operation before transported back to Norway. So all of these were able to do in just one hospital in one quiet island, just 1 lakh population. This is the healthcare system in Malaysia. Yeah. So that's one good thing if you come down to Langkawi. So anybody who wants to move down to Langkawi, easy life, paradise life, everything is cheap, food is cheap. I mean, not really that cheap, but to a certain extent. Yeah, there are multiple programs for you to enter if you want to move to Langkawi. There are 2 ways. One is coming through the APAC card. So if you're in shipping or oil and gas industry, you can come down to Malaysia. You can choose Langkawi as your second home. Or you can come under the MM2H program. Yeah, it's my Malaysia second home, or Malaysia my second home, kind of a thing. Yeah, essentially it's like a visa. Of course, you need to renew your visas, but you'll be able to purchase a house. Usually it depends on which state that you're buying the house. Currently, what I know of, in certain states, it's more than 1 million ringgit worth of a house. 1 million ringgit in Langkawi could buy you a landed property. Terrace house, maybe double story. Yeah, it's quite big. So this amount of money is not that expensive. If you go to Singapore, yeah, you need about 30 times the amount if you want to afford the same type of property. 30 to 40 times, yeah, around that. 30 to 40, 300 times actually, sorry, 300 times the amount if you want to afford this type of property in a place like Singapore. Yeah, so it's not cheap there, it's very cheap here. So you should consider Langkawi also as your second home. Okay, any questions so far about Langkawi? Just a slight idea only? Nothing much? Okay. So for today's activity at the Sky Camp, we'll be going through one of the longest cable car system in the world.
Longest?
Yeah, one of the longest. It is not the longest, one of the longest. But what makes it amazing is that at a certain point, the angle at which it goes to, 40 somewhat degrees.
Alright.
So it's kind of a steep angle that you're climbing. And the heights, for those who are scared of heights, my suggestion is look up. Yeah, it's simple. Just look up. If not, you sit at the back seat that is facing the hill, so that you don't look down if you're scared of heights. Besides that, it is a beautiful view, trust me. You can see half the archipelago. In fact, you can actually look, you can also spot the part of town as well. And Thailand is in the other side.
Okay.
At a certain angle, if you connect your radio, you can connect to India. Yeah, not far. It's just one straight line. Yeah. It's also a beautiful place because there's also a romantic story about it. Well, not many people are interested with romantic story over here. Wait, why? Sir, you're single? I'm also single, but I don't enjoy romantic stories. Okay.
Tell us.
Sorry? He's dating. Wait, so everyone is already in the marriage process already? Just him is dating, is it? Or is there bachelors over here who prefer to be bachelor?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still a bachelor as well, so I can enjoy myself. The peace of mind. Okay. There's.
How do you know that?
Sorry?
Peace of mind and all this things. How do you know that?
Sir, my job, sir. Sir, if I keep chatting over here, I wouldn't have time to talk to you, sir. Understood to a certain
You're
extent.
just 20 at 423, how much? Like 24, right?
Yeah.
That's why you're telling this thing.
Yeah, but I've been working since I was 19. So, I can tell you why.
Next.
Okay. Okay. When it comes to activities, yes. Besides that, the story, I'll just simplify it. Okay. One of our ex-prime ministers, Tan Sri Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. Some of you may have known him as the oldest prime minister in the world at that time. Well, he already left his post as prime minister. He's now an ex-prime minister. Well, at that time, in between 2001, he was flying with his wife back then on a helicopter on top of Mount Machinchang. So he saw this view as an amazing view. The idea that people are saying is that under that notion, let us build a cable car system. So that's the reason why he did it. And it's quite a lot of work. Helicopters, police, to bring everyone inside. That is a really good effort they have put as a politician. And when the reason why he's very, very much regarded in Malaysia, especially in Langkawi, particularly Langkawi, because when he started his political career, he started as a member of parliament for Langkawi. And when he standed for election, even for his latest time of becoming prime minister, he was standing in the election as a member of parliament for Langkawi. Still, yeah. Then he got his prime ministership because of our way of doing elections over here. Under the party, they chose him as prime minister. That is the latest time when he became prime minister. Back then, he was in a different party. Yeah. So, anyways, coming back to this, that is the small little romantic reason as to why cable car exists today. So later you'll be also seeing some love lockets and so on and so forth there. That's why a lot of people who are couples especially, they come for honeymoon. Cable car is their first place. But since none of you are over here for honeymoon, we are more on enjoyment. We are just going to go and see the view. What? Sir, imaginary girlfriend next to you, is it, sir? Okay. 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 So besides that, we'll be going to the Sky Bridge. So Sky Bridge, any of you have watched the movie Billa? South Indian movie Billa? Only 1%, 2%, 3, 4. Okay. If you have watched Billa, the one scene where he jumps off the bridge, yeah, that's the bridge we're gonna go to now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Dawn was also shoot here. They did shot Dawn here. You know the entry point where he comes in the speedboat? Yeah, but that's not in Machinchang. That is in a totally different place. But it is in Langkawi. So a lot of scenes were shot in Langkawi. Even those who are South Indian who have known the movie Goa.
Yes.
Did you watch Goa? By I think his name is Prem, right? Yeah. It was all shot in Langkawi. Almost 70% of the movie was shot in Langkawi. It's not the real Goa. Sorry. Yeah. So those beautiful places, yeah, most of it is all in Langkawi. Yeah. So this is also a good space for shooting. So a lot of you photographers, even our person who is recording over here his YouTube video, you're up for a good scene there. So not to forget. And please remember to have your group photos so that you can remember this as a good memory. Where you met another one more bachelor like this who is super young. Yeah. Why, sir?
Topic change. Next.
You're going to be the romantic challenge now. Okay, anyways. So any questions so far about the place that we're going to? No, nothing much. Okay. To add on for those who want to divert a little bit about the activities they can do there, the place where we'll be starting, the bottom point for the cable car is called Oriental Village. So there are a bunch of shops over there available, few other activities, and including in our ticket is a complimentary for 3 different places, which is the Sky Rex, Sky Dome, and the 3D Art Museum. That is a complimentary. So the first thing we will do is we'll be going for the Sky Cab, and then we'll go to the Sky Bridge. Once we come down, if you have time, we can enjoy one of the 3 or maybe all 3 if you really do have time, if you're lucky. And besides that, you can do many other activities over there. There is ATV rides, even holding snakes, depends on the schedule, but there will be snake displays. There are also animal zoos and so on and so forth. So you can do whatever you like around that area. Everything is close by. There are facilities around the area. Toilets are not that far. Money exchange is all very near. So if you need anything, you can just approach me there. So right now we are approximately 25 minutes. Bang, 25 minutes? 20 minutes, Yeah, about 20 to 25 minutes we'll be reaching the area. So if you have any questions, you can always come and reach me. Yes, sir. Wildlife. Okay. So we don't have tigers, lions, or leopards over here. We only have eagles, monkeys. We have typically 2 different types of monkeys. One is the long-tailed macaque, which is the sort of green grayish color that you see by the roadside. Another one more is a black and white monkey called as the dusky leaf monkey. So it's mostly black, but it has white patches around its eyes and its mouth. The baby is slightly cute. It's orange in color, but it has white patches. Yeah, that is the dusky leaf monkey. It's a very shy monkey, also a very restricted monkey when it comes to its diet. But the long-tailed macaque is the rascal of them all. They always disturb the roads. They are always by the roadside. By any means, do not feed it at all. There's plenty of food in the wild. Okay? So besides the monkeys, we also have other primates like the kulugo, Sunda kulugo. It is essentially like a flying squirrel, but it is also not a flying squirrel. It's technically under a primate, but it's not really an ape. It's a complicated type of animal, but it's a very beautiful animal. It glides or flies, yeah, from tree to tree. It's a nocturnal animal, so typically we'll only find it in sunset or sunrise only. Okay? So besides those animals, we have hornbills, 3 different types of hornbills. Mainly the ones that you'll be seeing are 2 different types of hornbills. One is the great hornbill, which is the largest one in the world, about 2 meters in wingspan. It is found here. And also the oriental pied hornbill. Oriental pied hornbill is the slightly irritating type of hornbill. It's usually like a rhinoceros. It's not a rhinoceros hornbill, but it's an oriental pied hornbill. It just has a slight curve on top. Yeah, that is the one. Besides that, we have mouse deers here. We have a lot of snakes. The most common ones are like the flying snake, common cobra, spitting cobra, and also the king cobra, the longest of the venomous snake in the world. We also have pythons. And more specifically, now I'm not a naturalist, so I can't get you the specific name of the particular geckos, but we do have geckos that are native to Langkawi only. We do have butterflies that are native to Langkawi only. We also have all of those. Besides them, we also have wild boars. Yeah. Any other type of wildlife here? Typically no. Yeah, that's about the usual ones that we see. It's a dense forest, but it's also a very well kept forest. There are a lot of scientists that actually go through, biologists and geologists that go through almost on a daily basis for doing research. And yes, we did catch some tigers because they are also the Malayan tigers, which are under protection right now. They are endangered. So we needed to take them out from the wild. Yeah. We also used to have crocodiles. Right now we cleared them all off. We have thousands of them, all in the Crocodile Adventure Park right now. So if you want to go for that, it is about 20 minutes from the cable car. It's in the northern area. So besides those animals, well, typically not so much. Yeah, mainly you can find in the mangrove forest. The good adventures you can do over here, I would suggest, is bird watching. Now that's not for most people around here, but that is I would say, the closest thing to a nature watch that people like to do. Yeah, because there are many different types of birds here. So have I answered your question, sir? Okay. Any other questions? Nothing for now. So another 20 minutes we'll be reaching. I'll get back to you all later. Right now we'll be crossing through the small little jungle. So you can start to spot all the monkeys around. Okay?
Ôi về mày mới xin anh tuy bụi hi. Ôi về tất chưa nè. Soi kan population at claim box ya. Traffic jam to về box rồi ạ. Tu to ka chalan pan dan chalan duam về tất chưa nè. Zalen tap. Lan par maya. PM chau về đấy, mình depo sa cũng ta thắc don nè. And health facilities, healthcare facilities at tharo bụi mày box ya. Chuan Skybridge se kan la thleng ta bye bye lahi an motor park na hun vel ani tang hian Tech ti se ka motor ko hian tang hian Skybridge sa kan kal don na ki te ki aban ai tôi mua cái này location electric ban này lang kan launch hodo ni mele chon Thailand te pokan mu thei do ne an ti cha kom to khop mai gal chin phatang so cable car ho so len khai ta lui mai le ong sa ken khai wei ve don dio ma Langkawi island pum pui te Malaysia te Thailand te kan clear phadon dio me om don thop mai tuna kanom na hi sea level atangin so fit sang ni za som ni pathum kasanga tlang chi pa kanom me kani.
So right now we are heading to the topmost part of Mount Machinchang.
Tlang ching chele tu ka po de hen activities sang sang om the tu ran lo siam se la ni he sky train po ron chota mi ban tran ken shui in pot le veka tu chuan heng lai bridge zong zong hi khai ding vek